All right, let's talk about tattoos.
Okay.
How many tattoos do you have?
Well, I want to just, before I get into that, you have a tattoo, right? I know you don't like to show underneath your cashmere outfit, but you do have a tattoo.
I have a tattoo.
So anything you say will have to be taken in perspective, context to that tattoo.
Yep.
And I also know that, like, back in the day when you worked for Catholic Answers, we talked about this a little bit. So I feel like safe to disclose like any information about tattoos because I know you have a tattoo.
That's right.
Because I know you don't hate me. You're in the club. I don't know how many tattoos I have. I really don't. I have a lot of tattoos.
Well, and then you have all these little star things
all
on
the
your
little
arm.
stars. Yeah, do those count? I don't know. You know, but I have
That'd be
tattoos almost everywhere.
one day, just to have Kate count them.
Count the stars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everything. I mean, Kate, you just, you know,
count
lay
all my
in your
tattoos?
birthday suit and have her count.
It's a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll...
It'll be a date night.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the air conditioners out because it's gonna get hot if she has to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of tattoos and I'm always adding more. But I love tattoos. It's you know, so I work. Most of my life has been working with inner city kids, and it's been a great conversation piece, to say nothing else. Honest to God, like there's been so many times where I'm literally on the streets and I start a conversation with someone, or in a gas station or in projects, whatever, and start to talk with someone about tattoos, you know, like, and they, or tattoos as
tattoos.
I love when I have a friend from New Zealand. She always says tattoos. I love it. But I really like tattoos. It's funny because I got my first tattoo was my grandfather's name.
Okay.
And this is a good thing too, because I've done a lot of youth ministry, and sometimes you get some concerned parent and they will say like, well, what am I gonna say to my son who wants tattoos now because you have them?
Wait, is this Cameron Bertuzzi saying this to you?
That's good, dude. No. This is a concerned parent, which Cameron probably is a concerned parent.
I'm sure he loves his kids.
But anyway, and I always say, I didn't get my first tattoo. How old do you think I was when I got my first tattoo?
I would think in college.
25.
Yeah. Okay.
After college. Okay. So I was 25. I'm the oldest of my three brothers, or my two brothers, three of us. And I said I would wait till my youngest brother turned 18 and we'll get my grandfather's name. And I was getting the name. This is in Philly, where I'm from, and the woman who was tattooing me said, she's like, these are pretty addictive. Like I bet I'll see you again. And I was like, I think I'm a one tattoo kind of a guy. That's what I said. I think and I don't think it's just said that they're addictive. It's just, this is permanent. I feel like I get addicted or passionate about anything I do. Like, like I feel like if I'm into welding or gardening or table, it's like all I think about. This just happens to be permanent,
Do you typically, though, get into something very intensely and then move on?
Yes. So and it's not like I won't, like, for instance, like tattoos, I still like them, but I'll get them. My daughter's boyfriend does tattoos now, and so... he'll text me once in a while, you want to do a tattoo tonight? I'll say, sure. I mean, they're free. He's just doing my legs. I don't care.
Is that where he's done them, just on your legs? I was going to ask you to show him. Is he any good?
He's pretty good. Yeah? Yeah, you guys want to see one?
I don't know. We could try. All
right.
Here we go.
Has anyone ever put their leg on the table
This is the
before?
first time someone's ever put their leg.
So, like, he has...
I'm just impressed with how flexible you are.
Yeah, thank you. So, like, this bulldog and stuff. Yeah, he did all these, like, on my... a lot of these on my leg here. Now, the cool thing is he started with...
I would like you to have that leg up for the entirety of the interview.
Well, maybe I will, bro. I'm about to put the other one up on this side of the mic, bro. But... he started doing. First of all, look at these socks. I didn't think I'd have to show them on the podcast. But anyway, no, they're mine. I just got them as a Christmas gift yesterday. They're called Polar Degree or something like that.
I'm impressed they fit within that shoe. I would think you'd have to get a size
they were tight,
up.
to be honest. They were tight. But anyway, what I was going to say is he started doing what was called stick and poke, which is like a prison tattoo. You get a needle and you stick it in some ink. It could be from ink from a pen or whatever. And you do like this. You just poke. You're lighting that because my feet stunk. Oh, I thought you were lighting the candle.
Cigar smell was less offensive.
But anyway, so he started doing that. Point being in all of this is, now it's not as much as something I think about all the time. Like I think when I was first getting tattoos, and you're brushing your teeth or something, you're looking at your chest or your stomach, your arm, and you're like, oh, symmetry. You know, I'd like to get something
Yeah.
over here, or I'd like to fill in this gap, or it'd
Yeah.
be cool. And I was definitely much more obsessed with it then. Now it's like, it's still fun. I still like tattoos. I love when a college student, you know, I work at Franciscan, and when a college student shows me a new tattoo, it's fun to like, you know, enter into that. But it's not something I necessarily like obsess about as much. But it's permanent, you know. So it's like it doesn't matter, you know. It's there.
I feel like tattoos, stay with me here, are like your child's names. You never want to admit that it was a mistake,
Oh, wow.
or that you'd get it. You'd have a different name if you could do it all over again. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, I think with tattoos, everyone's like, no, yeah, and they have to talk about it like it means a lot to them
Yeah.
because it's permanent,
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
it's that, or yeah, this was a mistake. I don't think I would get that. I think I would have not.
Well, here's the problem is you should just get more.
Oh, okay.
Like now, like I got you know, on New Year's Eve last year, I got a crazy looking cat holding a knife, which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. I have so many tattoos.
Yeah, at
it's
this
just it's
point.
just another, you know, it's just like a doodle, you know, on the temple. And so
Doodle on the temple.
a doodle on the temple.
.com.
So maybe
Get
if you
it
got
if
a little crazy cat holding a knife next to
that
what's that
Marian
called?
image.
Marian, yeah. Maybe you'd be like, oh, I don't feel so bad about this one anymore. Now I feel bad about the cat holding the knife. You know?
I see what you mean.
But
is it possible? Because you said in the beginning, you symmetry, right? And I think that's appropriate. Like in the beginning, you want to have it like that, and then you just fill it in. But have you ever seen people have as many tattoos as you have, but it looks bad? In the sense of
yeah.
not
If you go
symmetrical
to
and
the
out of
Toronto
place.
pool in the summer, if you live in the tri-state area, the Toronto pool, I tell anyone like I know who's like around here, I say before you get a tattoo, go to the Toronto pool.
Just so
spend
everybody
the day
knows,
there, look
it's
around.
like 15 minutes from here, Stu.
Because you go to the pool and you look around and you're like, and now this is someone with tattoos, and I look at these people that are middle aged like me, and I think, oh my gosh, they look so horrible, dude, you know. And then I'm like, thank God my tattoos don't look like that. But then I think, I mean, they're probably saying the same thing about me, you know, like, so you got to know, like, one, no matter how cool you think your tattoo is going to look, you're still going to kind of look like that, you know, unless you're like a model, you know, or, you know, you're shredded, then it'll look cool, whatever you have. But when you go there, like, it's like the Tasmanian devil, like bench pressing next to like, you know, something in Chinese, and,
Right.
you know,
Barbed wire.
yeah. So yes, I think those look. I mean, but honestly, it gets to a certain point where it looks so bad that it almost looks awesome. You know, like it's. I've been there too. Like where I have a friend who used to work up at the university, and he has a tattoo that he snuck out when he was 14. It's such a bad tattoo. Okay, so I don't want to put his name out there, Bobby Aborn, but he had like a clover, like a four
Right,
leaf.
because he's
clover.
Irish, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Irish. But he grew up in like Boston, and he snuck. It was still illegal in Massachusetts to get tattoos when he was a kid.
Really?
Okay, so even in New York, like it was like illegal. DC, there were parts it was illegal, like in the 80s and 90s. And so he went to New Hampshire. They skipped school. He had a fake ID. He was 14. Somehow they believe his fake ID, which shows, you know, how manly he is. And him and his homeboys, like they all decided to get the boys. That was what they called themselves. They were like a group of ruffians. The boys. I think it has a Z or maybe it has an S. I don't remember. But it's like within the clover. And he gets his tattoo, the boys, okay, on his arm, and it looks so bad now. It's all starting to deteriorate, and it's not like that well done. But and it's within tribal stuff that he got later. And but the worst part is all of his friends after he got it were like, I'm not getting it. Like they all chickened out. They all chickened out. So I told him now 25 years later, a couple years ago, I was like, dude, I'll get it. You know,
wow.
So I went and we got it down the road here.
Did he get another one?
No, I just got the boys.
Okay.
I got the tattoo, and he's like, I've been waiting 25 years for this,
Oh,
you know.
my gosh.
But at that point, like that tattoo, the story was so epic, and the craftsmanship was so bad that it's like cool, you know.
Yeah.
Like so, I do think there's a like an arc where it's so bad it becomes awesome, you know. Like so, to answer your original question, yes, I've seen people with tons of tattoos that look bad.
Well, you know who I'm thinking of is our mate who we used to speak at the conferences
Annie
with.
Hickman?
No. Gosh, why is his name escaping me? He lives on a farm now.
Oh, Chris Paget.
I love Chris Paget.
But you hate his tattoos.
No, I just love him. He is so beautiful.
Yeah, but this is he's the prime example.
I know what I'm trying to say. Like before we get to the tattoo, just so I can try to finish this incoherent thought. Whenever I'm around him, I feel like my mess is okay. You know what I mean? He's just a messy, beautiful guy.
Yeah, no, he totally is. But you brought him up in the context of, I was like, yeah,
So
someone who looks horrible. You're like, who I'm thinking of.
No, but here's why I asked.
You wanted to compliment him before you trashed him.
Yeah,
this is going to be clickbait.
True.
Fradd trashes Chris Padgett.
Because you know, like you look cooler than Chris Padgett. Right? So, because Chris is like, you know, he's like, he doesn't look like the kind of guy who would have tattoos everywhere. You kind of do. So what I'm asking you is, because he's got a ton of tattoos like you now, and he started off later, and I'm sure he asked for a ton of advice. Is he able to pull it off, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, honestly, in a certain sense, I think the cool thing about tattoos or culture in general is just like, it's almost like, the weirder you are, like that, the more it works in a certain sense. That's why I think Chris, like everything you said about him, I agree. Like he's so authentic and authentically bizarre. You know, that this kind of fits his bizarre life. You know, and you know, the one thing I remember thinking about him, which I was nervous about when he started getting tattoos, is within like the first tattoo he got, within like 3 months, he was getting his hands tattooed. And I was like, oh
wow. First one?
No, it wasn't his first one, but like so he got his first one within 3 months from there. He's getting his, you know, I don't know if that's the exact timeline, but he immediately was, you know, and I get that. I really, like I told you, like that's how I am. But I also think that that's dangerous because you're making a lot of permanent decisions quickly, and it just might be better to spread them out, you know.
Yeah, kind of like getting married in
I
Vegas.
have tattoos everywhere, but it's been over 20 years. I'm not saying it makes it more right or more aesthetically pleasing, but it does. Yeah, I guess it is a little like getting married in Vegas, but.
If you like that clip, be sure to like and subscribe. Cheers.